Oh, sweet Jiminy
The
Cricket.
fact that that's actually real. I'm AFK and you're sleeping. It's not even like scripted.
No.
Good work, everybody. Good work.
That's so good.
All right. So game 2, Freedom versus WanteD. A couple of off-laners banned out here, and the BSJ Classic, Mr. Huskar.
Mr. Huskar.
Mr. Husker.
Well,
Hand it out himself.
Yes.
are you a gentleman, Mr. Huskar? Yes.
Why, yes, I am. So what are we
Alright.
thinking, Grant? What's left in the pool here that's tempting for these teams? I think Troll, probably one of the bigger cores we got to look out for. First pick Undying.
Yeah,
We actually saw this yesterday.
Yeah,
in
Freedom
game
and
2.
WanteD both like it. I think DK is going to be picked this game. He's pretty darn good. The rest, I don't know. Who knows?
All right, thank you, analyst. What a
Well,
pleasure
thank you,
to have.
Slash.
Who knows? Back to you. All right.
Back to you, Cyhori.
Oh,
that's
the
a
old
cla-
memes.
That's the old memes.
5 seconds.
No,
Aside from
Leshrac is
Troll-
probably. I think Leshrac's a super top tier. I honestly think Lesh, DK,
Reserve
or Spirit
time.
are all three really good. There's one of them.
Okay, yeah,
Call me
there's
out
the
again.
Lesh.
Slacks, you idiot.
Good call. There's a lot of good int cores, and whoa,
Hey.
it's Tuskar's or Huskar's brother Tuskar.
I feel like we
Yes.
had this
Tusk.
combo the other day too, right?
With
Yeah.
the Lesh Tusk.
I believe.
Ice shards.
Yeah.
Good combo.
Just good
These
hero.
guys
I mean,
synergize well together.
yeah, Tusk just looks better. Is Sigil, what is it again?
Sigil.
Sigil. Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
What about in the royal form?
Remaining.
It's like the house sigil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's good. We've seen Zyman playing him a lot too. It's
Reserve
just like
time.
he does a lot of things, and now with the EXP game, like Suns fan always says, he just has everything he needs.
That's
All
right,
right.
Grant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the shout out, bro.
Real
Well
recognize
said,
real,
Suns
bro.
fan.
All right. So, heroes left in the pool. Let's see. Who's
There's
Wait, I'm
still
sorry.
a lot
I
of really
missed.
good
I did
team
miss
fight
part of
heroes.
the panel because you didn't go to commercial. I don't think. or
Well,
did you?
so funny story
Oh, we
when
did.
when you said, "Hey, Synderen," so we'll get some thoughts about the Ags, and he paused for like 5 seconds contemplating what to say about it. And in that time, we thought we missed up the cut. So as soon as we went to commercial, he started talking about gyrocopter again. So Mott went,
you
"Oh
missed
fuck, we
everything we
gotta
said."
cut back." And then we went to commercial like 3 times, then said, "Fuck it."
Okay. So did anybody like the Ags?
I mean, I thought
No.
it had some merit. It's obviously good with Satanic. We talked about it a little bit while you were AFK. The Unholy Rage
10
life steals with it,
seconds
so
remaining.
he's almost invincible for that 3 seconds or whatever it is while he's life
5
stealing, assuming he
seconds
doesn't get
remaining.
stunned. But even if he does get stunned, Gunner's still life stealing for him. So I think that's pretty cool.
Reserve
But buying
time.
it first, going crit right away before the Satanic, all that kind of stuff, I don't
Dire
quite
team
understand the
ban.
particular trajectory.
As a man
Oh
who,
man, I want to see PL Ags one game.
God, you are so dumb.
He's like the only core. Well, I guess Faceless Void's left too. In
All right,
terms of, like,
here's the
cores
thing
that can
about
escape
PL.
ice
Why do
shards,
you
though.
think it's bad, Slacks? The Ags.
Wait, I don't have to think of why it's,
it's
bad.
not-
I
it's not
saw
the-
why it was bad yesterday.
No,
when
he
they-
didn't get Ags.
He
No,
never bought it.
you're saying PL is bad, which I agree.
Yes.
I don't think Ags on PL is bad
5
though.
seconds.
Like if let's
That sentence
look at it this
doesn't
way.
make any sense.
No,
I feel
it
like
does.
this hero is bad, but his Ags is good, but he's still a bad hero.
No, listen.
Are you an idiot?
PL
What are you
is
saying?
good in some scenarios, right? And in those scenarios that he's actually a good hero,
Yes.
you get Ags because it's godly on him. That's what I'm saying.
Great. Thank
You
you.
got it,
10
Slacks?
seconds
I
You
got
it.
Yeah.
Try it in your pubs.
In the
trust me.
1 out of
5
300 games
seconds
where
remaining.
PL is the right choice, getting
All
an
you
item
need
that
is
makes him better
no push
is a
on
good
the other
thing.
team, and no stuns and no silence. It's pretty easy. To get
Oh,
PL in the
well, that
game.
makes sense. Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
Okay, well, Troll Warlord banned out by WanteD. We've talked about Troll quite a bit.
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah.
Spectre. That's another core that can actually get over shards. See, they're on the pulse right here from Freedom.
Ooh.
Oh.
Keeping
They're
them
killing
locked.
heroes that just take out that tombstone real quick. Look at that.
Oh
Look at
yeah, there, genius.
Oh,
Who else is left? There's Legion Commander with the press the attack. Who else attacks? Oh,
Oh!
look at that shit!
Too late, dumbasses! Sunset called it.
Let's get some more, guys. Who else attacks fast?
Oh boy, ow.
Echo Saber Void. Get fucked.
Go,
Let's do it.
boy.
Stop angry. Have any
Yeah, that's about
saves
it.
left?
Could happen.
We have Oracle. Yeah, Coddle.
I think Oracle's
5
really the big
seconds
one. No
remaining.
Dazzle.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
Wraith King for freedom either.
Reserve time.
If LC's mid. Wait, what do teams usually play as off lane though, right? Pro
Radiant
teams.
team.
What,
Yeah.
Legion? Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant, are there
Or
any
safely.
are there any Tinker players on either team?
Well, we saw, didn't Tomato play it yesterday?
Did he?
He did.
He did.
He did.
They got-
Team pick.
No, yeah, Tomato plays
Rolled,
it, and
though.
QO definitely
Hey,
plays
dead
it.
hero.
Hey.
Bat
Yeah,
Rider.
Bat Rider.
That's the IX Mike Rider, I believe. So it's going to be
Oh.
a safe lane Legion for BSJ.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean,
Hype.
not a bad time to pick Bat Rider. Nyx Assassin is out of the pool, which has been kind of the stable counter to Bat
10
Rider lately.
seconds remaining.
Pretty impossible to play him with a Nyx in the game, so makes
Think about
sense.
if you have
5
like
seconds
2 stacks
remaining.
of napalm on you too in lane, like Tusk rolling in, you're just dead.
It's over.
Reserve time.
But then Tusk would have to do things. So
Look, all he has to do is press W. It's
that
fine.
is true. That is true. Okay, well, another pick coming out for Wanted. So I feel like they've got a lot of that Bat Rider really helps out Freedom a lot. It gives them a lot of control, especially with all these kind of denial heroes and big burst damage heroes. Who they need somebody that would be able to mitigate all that damage. Too bad Omni Knight's banned, because he'd be pretty good at
Thank
that.
Jesus.
Team
I
Thank
think. Oh, there
Jesus.
you go. I was gonna say
What
Wanted
is
need
up
a
with
good
teams?
team fight
not-
support.
Yeah.
Do any team, Grant? Do any teams not like Rubik? I'm so confused.
NA
I'm
team,
still here.
They just don't know how to play it. That's about
Okay,
it. Yeah.
that makes sense then. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Witch Doctor's better in this scenario though anyway, like cuz he's way better at these diving Leshraks and Tusks and Bat Riders
10
from minutes
seconds
1 to like
remaining.
7.
So it looks
Yeah.
like this
Do
game,
way more work.
This game's just going to be two
Dire
like
team
teams
back.
running at each other, right? Like just
Yeah.
at the 10-minute mark, there's going to go nonstop.
Undying Spirit Breaker on one side, Lesh Tusk Bat Rider on the other. Yep, sounds like an
hyped.
action-packed game to me.
Let's see if we can't switch that around. Where's the Medusa at? She's banned. Darn it, community.
Oh yes.
Yeah, extend the
10
game,
seconds
please.
All right,
remaining.
Wraith King for freedom. That's pretty easy.
Okay.
What does Wanted want?
5 seconds
Wanted
Wanted
remaining.
wants a more than likely middle hero.
I
Both teams do.
Yeah,
Reserve
I
time.
think
Well,
for
NA teams
Wanted-
really like Tinker these days.
They do.
I think
Doesn't work out
Death
well
Prophet
ever,
could be nice for Wanted. They'd be a little bit light on stun, but they've got a lot of 5-man and sustainability.
I don't know. They got a lot of ways to catch up with that Death Prophet and Controller. I mean, Legion, Leshrac, and Bat Rider. If any one of
True.
those get their hands on her, she is just done. So
I think
what-
Wind Ranger's actually okay for Wanted.
Or Puck.
I
Puck
know,
for
as much
Wanted.
as you hate it.
Puck could be okay.
Anybody into the Fairy Dragon?
I'm
Yeah,
into
Puck's
it.
okay. Can escape from shards, not affected by early Tusk
Dire
ganks.
team pick.
Okay,
looks
I
like
guess
they were
Puck
thinking.
looks pretty good now.
What about Ricky Mayru?
I wouldn't.
Huh?
Why would they just shut the hell up? What? Maybe there are a lot of stuns on both teams because looks like both teams want middle. We might see a storm, which isn't good on either team, but just because it's elimination mode,
seconds
they might just
remaining.
take it.
I thought Wanted might take it, but there's a lot of lockdown.
Yeah, Bad
That's
Legion,
so
that's
scary.
remaining.
Charge Witch Doctor, but because they're just like, well, we feel comfortable with it, even though we're gonna get dumpstered, we'll take it.
Reserve time.
They could Dragon Knight as well.
Which
I'd rather just
they
have like
should.
Faceless Void mid, like WWD style or something. I would rather see that than a storm.
Oh,
I
Team
was
Freedom
wanted.
WWD, a
10
throwback.
seconds
Yeah. Actually, no, Void mid would actually be dope
I
for
think it
Wanted
actually
right
would be
now.
good.
seconds
Just
remaining.
saying.
But I don't think Tomato. That's a
Oh, you could do
WWD
the Lincoln's
special.
build too against this Legion of Bat
It's
Rider.
the DK.
Yeah, he's the best mid hero by
my.
far.
Dragon Knight, you say?
Who calls the Dragon Knight?
Who calls? Boring.
Slacks,
boring.
call the last pick.
Let's see here. What position do we need?
Probably
10
middle.
seconds
A
remaining.
mid?
Let's go Blood.
But they could send Legion mid now there's a DK.
They
Yeah.
could.
wanted
They
to.
might
5
actually. We'll
seconds
see.
remaining.
I'm going to say that it's the perfect
Reserve time.
game for a hero we all
Faceless
know and
Void.
love.
They've got 100 or 2 minutes of reserve time, homie. You're gonna have to
Everything's
stretch this one out
actually
for a while.
hot
A
right now.
hero that has grown and faded in popularity over the years. One of the oldest heroes in the game, but one of the great ones that North America loved in Dota 1,
Bloodseeker.
transferring to Dota 2.
So who would that be?
A wonderful passive ability, a powerful ult, which is magnified by Agnum Scepter. Just a hero that you won't believe, but let me tell you, I've thought this one out for quite a while. And as as God as my witness, I say unto you, waging at home, finally, if you don't mind me saying, that the hero that will be chosen by Team Freedom, which contains IX Mike, BSJ, Loki,
Wow, I'm surprised he made it to 3, to be honest.
Tindo, and Eagle, the hero that I have been alluding to if you followed the clues scattered around my speech for the last 2 minutes, is, without a doubt, and finally Silencer!
Yes, very good.
Thank you, thank you.
I thought you said he had a passive.
Yeah,
He
that's not
does.
Passively
He
still
does. His
ultimate does
scepter
get
is
amplified by
wonderful.
Ag.
He's one of the oldest heroes,
He actually
and
is.
his passive ability of intelligence steal is quite good.
Oh my
in
fucking
this
god.
match.
This actually, I like Freedom's
great.
draft again. I think Freedom's draft is way better.
I don't know, Grant. You're not afraid of the Undying Spirit Breaker Dragon Knight just running at you?
I don't. It's not going to be like a position 1 Mason Dragon Knight, so I think it's going to be a little rougher on him.
All right. What do you think in Slacks? Who are all your clams on?
I
Is this a 2-0?
believe that the game was back. I don't know. Dragon Knight is can be okay. He's never really an exciting hero for me, and I feel like people pretty much know how to counter him, especially after items like Bloodthorn came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and say we're going for 3-0 this time.
A
2-0?
3-0.
I mean a 3.
Wow.
You know, a best of 3.
Maybe
Ah,
Slacks,
yes.
Slacks might have been looking at the odds. 3 point.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yes.
GG bet.
First elimination round of elimination mode is a best of 5
Here
to the
we
bitter
go.
end.
Here we go.
I really do.
my.
A Silencer just demolishes Dragon Knight middle, though. Like one of the few heroes who can harass him out of lane while continuing to farm. So he's going to need a lot of help from the Spirit Breaker and Undying and Witch Doctor.
All right. Well, you can hear the background music. We've got game 2 ready to start. Our casters, Suns fan, and Cinderin buckle in for a bumpy ride.
Welcome to game 2 of the best of 3 between Team Freedom and WanteD. Cinderin,
Prepare for battle.
that
Yes.
one guy is joining me.
Yep.
What do you think of Silencer? Slacks definitely called it.
I think that hero is actually pretty strong mid, and that's what Freedom are gonna play.
Wrong
as
answer.
on
That's
Tomato.
not what we're looking for.
I think
here.
it has a really good passive and a Aghanim's Scepter upgrade that
Yes.
amplifies its stuff.
Yes.
So very nice.
Very nice indeed. Yes.
No, I like Silencer as a mid hero. It's very good in most matchups. Has so much damage. Of course, the ability to have an orb effect is very powerful in mid, or an orb walk rather. Glaives of Wisdom. You can attack the enemy hero without drawing creep aggro. That's something that's more important in mid than in any other lane. Is having the right lane position and using the equilibrium to your advantage. And Silencer is one of the heroes that can do that. So if he's playing against a Dragon Knight, I think that's a pretty damn good lane for Silencer. I would surely favor him in that matchup. Overall, I'm with Grant. I like Freedom's draft more, but I once again think WanteD have this like timing where they're extremely good if they do it right. Tombstone with Dragon Knight, Witch Doctor heal.
Yes.
Look for them to push towers when DK hits level 6, I think.
Now, of course, Silencer
The battle begins.
does not have an escape mechanism, and there is a Spirit Breaker on the enemy team, friend.
Yep.
Will we see? Oh, actually, it's an offlane Spirit Breaker, so maybe it doesn't transition that fast to ganking.
It's in some ways that's even worse for the Silencer because you know the Spirit Breaker will be getting more levels, and as it looks, he will have a one-on-one against Batrider, which is a god-awful matchup. So at least they've got that going for them.
Yeah. God awful indeed. So,
Yeah.
all right, from Spirit Breaker's perspective, what level is like prime time out?
Oh,
Top
Peter's
lane,
dead,
GPD,
I think.
snowballed up into a
know.
split earth. Great call, Syndra, a 3v1, and you called that the one died. Jo, in the meantime, attempting to run away. He's going to take a little harassment damage. A nice triple decay, though. Very
This
juicy
is
indeed.
this is pretty clever laning from Freedom. I think they've set themselves up to potentially win 3 lanes. This top lane does get tricky soon though, but if they get another kill now,
Jesse again, a huge decay, though. Another triple, I believe.
Oh.
32 strength steal for Jo. He's the carry now.
Undying has 22 plus 37 strength.
Perfectly
That's
balanced.
unusual sight. So, what I was gonna say is, if they can pull this off lane, tri-lane off, and win this lane, then they're in a really good position. But of course, Undying is a very hard hero to tri-lane into, and Jeo showing why. Still, this mid lane, Silencer versus Dragon Knight, I think is going to be good for them. I know for a fact that Batrider will absolutely destroy Spirit Breaker. That lane is actually just unplayable for SB.
But he has a wand. He countered Batrider.
Yeah, he's bought the right item. That's good.
So from Spirit
He's still
Breaker's
gonna get
perspective,
trashed.
what's the general timing that you want to try to gank the mid lane? Like, do you want to do it super early? I mean, does it depend on how badly or well you do in lane?
It's a difficult question to answer because it depends on so many things, right? Like, if he dies, for example, to this Batrider and he can't really come back to lane, then he might just give up the lane and fully roam and have someone else go bottom. If he's getting full XP like this, I think he wants to stay until he's level 6. This is
Yeah.
gonna give him a fast 6 and some good kill potential at least. This mid lane is going pretty even right now. I think early on Dragon Knight is a good hero in lane just because of the Breathe Fire damage reduction being the same on all levels. But eventually the Silencer is gonna start whittling him down, I think. 0-1 build. PK passive is good, but we'll see if it can sustain enough.
Yeah, so Silencer build against this, I was obviously expecting Glaze Illusion to be leveled to some degree. Do you just max it completely? Do you ignore Arcane Curse? Like, what is the actual build on a mid Silencer? I have no clue.
I'm not sure. I think in this case you definitely max the glaives. You want the pure damage against Dragon Knight, so you can ignore his armor.
Oh my.
Oh, look at that.
That's a lot of
He's hitting
damage.
really damn hard.
Invisible
in
pop
his
by
rune.
QO.
He has a flask. No, the flask is actually in Silencer. Qo might need to buy a salve.
Oh, top lane, Jo blocked off by the Ice Shards, but the Split Earth misses, unfortunately. That means Team Freedom have expended their spells. They need to back that horse up. They'll be okay to go. As QO getting chased continually by Tomato. QO, of course, has the Shrine to work with, and it looks like... Who's TPing in here? Oh, Jo.
Radiant's middle
Efficiency.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
But Tomato's build, I'm assuming, at least from an item side, Hurricane Pike, pretty standard, at least the Dragon Lance for a carry silencer. Do you actually go for like an Aghanim's Refresher? Is that a thing?
No. The new Silencer Axe is really not that good, I think. I said that about the Gyrax last game. He's probably buying it first
No,
time.
I mean, it's not one of the best. That's certainly true.
I think you go... Generally, Pike is really good. Pike and Treads. You could get a Midas as a mid-silencer. I think that's really good. The hero scales very well with the attack speed. And of course
Tusk.
getting levels.
Oh, Tusk is getting beat on
Looks like
by
he's
Jo.
just fine.
Oh, nice Ice Shard.
Decent shards. Oh,
Snowball.
that's not going to end well at all, actually.
Yeah, the cast plus decay is enough to help get the kill on Tusk. BSJ is pretty fast thanks to the overwhelming odds, and is likely to get away just fine. Eagle, in the meantime, getting blocked off
He has
here
killed
by
Dragon Tail
DK.
instead.
Yeah, Dragon Tail plus a DD if he really needs it. No Roche Deny for you. But bottom lane, this is more interesting than anything, because Boris obviously has yet to die. Like, what level for Batrider do you just kill this guy, typically? 'Cause I feel
Well,
like
if
Spirit
Spirit
Breaker's doing
Breaker
quite well.
plays safe enough, he can't die. But, you know, generally when you talk about winning a lane, you look at who's getting more experience and more gold, and have the higher impact on the game. You see Batrider is 20-5, and Spirit Breaker is 11-1. That is better than what I would have thought Spirit Breaker would get.
Yeah.
I thought Batrider would be, like, quadding him up here, like 20-5 or something.
Well, they're about to go on him here. A couple
Boris
more
has been
stacks
doing a
of
pretty
napalm.
good job.
Yeah, Boris playing very passive, and these stacks are not going to stack up.
Did we finish on the Silencer item build? I think,
Well, not really. You said you
It's-
don't like Ags
yeah.
or Refresher, probably.
It's one of the int cores that actually is pretty good with Atos. I could see him buying that.
Is under attack.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Atos is pretty core, actually.
Great stats for that hero. Obviously, good to root heroes in place when you don't really have a good stun or slow as a core. Oh, that's very ambitious from Eagle here.
Leshrac was stunned up. Double dual breath, and looks like Leshrac is going to be the hero of choice for Boris and company. They take him out with ease. Loki in the meantime. Ice Shard's going to make a little bit more inconvenience walk for PPD, but the right clicks continue, and Tusk, down he goes to the Breathe Fire. So
WanteD are
well.
doing a good job at finding these kills, but they're actually still not really leading the game just because of the farm discrepancy. And that's the advantage they get from the lanes here, Freedom. Tomato is 10 CS up on the Dragon Knight, the Batrider is now 15 CS up on the
Dire's bottom tower
Spirit
is
Breaker,
under
and
attack.
Legion and Clinks are more or less neck and neck. So it's about whether they transition these kills into objectives later or get
Bottom
their key
lane.
items.
Nether Strike into a charge, into a lucky bash for Boris. One more right click will do it. Down goes the Bat Rider. But who does that favor in the end? Because you're right, Team Freedom is out farming WanteD, but WanteD has more kills, so it's essentially just even right now. Is WanteD fine with that? Or do they want, like, do they need to get to an early lead? Who do you take late game or mid game?
I think with the way they put the lanes freedom here, I think WanteD should be fine with having a draw, considering that their 2 solo lane matchups are, in my opinion at least, not favored. Huo is a really good player, so if he's losing like this to Tomato, then there is something to say about the matchup as well, right? Like, unless he's just getting brutally outplayed. But Huo
Well,
generally
he's getting
knows what he's
initiated
doing.
on with 4
he's
heroes,
dying.
and yeah, that's gonna hurt. Triple decay for Jo yet again, but the Tombstone's gonna be free farm for Team Freedom.
So yeah, WanteD are probably happy with having a draw here, and now it's about how they can make their Dragon Knight relevant, I think. You want to use this level 6 DK form to try to get a tower, probably combine it with Tombstone. Currently only level 1 for Jo though, so that might be a bit off. Level 1 Tombstone is one of the worst spells in the game, let's be honest.
Is there no way to look at it as a value level? Like, if you're not going to level up past level 1, is it worth it even getting level 1? Because the other day I saw it was a 2-2-0, or a 2-3-0, in fact, just nothing in Tombstone.
Yeah, I think you can go that build. I think once you... Either you do a build where you max Tombstone early, and then you're like extremely powerful in 5-man, or you get a build where you max Decay and Soul Rip, and then you're very strong in skirmishes and very strong for lane dominance.
Right.
In both cases, you'll probably get Flesh Golem 6 or at least early. The Tombstone level 1 is just so bad. It's not just that it only takes 3 hits, but look at its spawn radius and the duration of it. It's just a shit spell. It's really, really bad. So yeah, I would say you don't get a value point in this spell. If you start skilling it, you level it up at least 2 or 3 points.
WanteD's going to group up bottom and take out this tier 1. In the meantime, Chessie top lane is dusted up and dueled up, and that is the first duel damage going to BSJ on the Legion Commander. Of course, that is a trade for a tier 1, but I don't think Team Freedom's going to be able... Well, maybe they can take this tier 1 actually as well. We'll see.
And I have Edict in 5 seconds. There is a Dire Glyph, so I actually don't think they're getting this tower right now. If they are, it might come at the cost of tower damage somewhere else. There's the Glyph. WanteD don't seem to be in a position to really... I think they could have threatened this bottom tier 2 a little bit with that Dragon form.
Yeah.
They end up just crossing over to mid, trying to set up here. But now the Dragon form has ended, this push is not really happening, I think. So, if I'm Freedom, I'm happy with that trade. You're playing against Dragon Knight. If you're trading towers early and you're getting farm on your heroes, then it's generally pretty good.
We haven't talked about talents a whole lot, and one hero in particular that I'm really interested in is Chessie may run into the majority of Team Freedom here, close to the Ancients. They're going to attempt to go on Boris. The Split Earth misses completely, and the right clicks are enough to take out Eagle. Chessie takes one for himself. Going to get snowballed up, but the Ice Shards actually do not help him. Favors WanteD in that fact. So 2 for nothing right now. Boris will be okay for now. Is actually they take out Silencer as well by the tier 1 mid. And this could transition to at least some damage to the tier 1s. They're going to continue to dive. BSJ charged up, stunned up. He's going to be okay for now. Might need to go Shrine up with the help of Bat Rider.
Ooh, if Eagle gets a good stun here, he definitely doesn't.
Split Earth completely misses, and now Leshrak's the one in trouble. Is QO. He did have haste, but it's already been ended. Snowball. I'm actually surprised they're going in with such low HP. IX Mike goes into his death. Now BSJ next on the list. But Boris cancels the charge.
Right. This Witch Doctor healer was the MVP of that fight, that's for sure.
Boris might have to be the sacrificial lamb of sorts or WanteD. They actually get a duel out of it.
Crazy fight. Very important for WanteD that they kill the Silencer early on in that 3-hero exchange that they got first, where they just kill 3 for 0. Tomato has a fairly long death timer by being level 8, so he isn't able to respawn TP and then use Global in the follow-up fight. So they get extras. The saving grace for Team Freedom there, I guess, is that Dragon Form was used again, and they didn't get any real tower damage. So when you're playing against Dragon Knight, you're very... Like, if Dragon Form gets used and you can lose a fight a little bit, it's still better than losing map control.
Right.
So all in all, okay for them. I think WanteD, 2 things were very important there. First of all, the heal from Witch Doctor. The other thing, Chessie's scouting. the route that he takes and finds the 3 heroes out first off gives them a really good entry angle on their team. Because in theory, it's fighting into this Team Freedom lineup is really difficult. Oh, there's a charge.
Yeah, IX Mike and company wanted to get the Dragon Knight, but they'll just find a Spirit
Morrison is
Breaker
in a
to
lot of
sacrifice
trouble
him.
here. He's pretty dead.
I mean, that was essentially you kill either Dragon Knight or SB, and SB's like, just take me, please. But as far as talents go, the hero I wanted to talk about was Undying, because I feel like he has some of the best talents in the entire game. Level 10 is a choice between 90 gold a minute. I don't know how you feel about the gold per minute talents versus respawn times.
I'd definitely take
GP.
GPM on almost every single case.
Yeah.
The respawn time is nice when you're low level, or well, it's nice in general, right? It's nice to come back to life. The problem with a hero like Undying is generally on your first life you've used your Tombstone and your ulti, and those are your big spells. So if you come back to life faster, your second life isn't actually that impactful. Oh, nice play here from Mike. Mike actually gonna stay alive with last TP. Very well done. So yeah, I definitely think GPM, and it's also if you're playing support, you know, GPM talents are just a heaven sent, right? It's your ticket to scaling.
See, our first global silence of the game is Undying is going to be the first to drop in this engagement. So 1-for-1 though with the Leshrac. Duel onto Dragon Knight. BSJ actually wins that. He might cost him his life with the Maledict / Death Ward combination of Witch Doctor. And Silencer used his ult, taking right clicks and another bash for Boris. Doesn't have another charge for another 5 seconds, but the Cask doing a nice job of bouncing left and right. Looks like Loki's going to live through the day though. And IX Mike, of course, no lasso, as you said, already used it to get away. He's going to get charged up, but...
Oh, he's baiting
like
them pretty
Boris
well here.
cancelled it.
Yeah, that's a kill again on Boris.
Snowball, no split earth, but probably enough to take him out regardless.
You know what sucks playing Spirit Breaker?
Everything.
Sticky napalm.
Oh.
That sucks. Your hero has really bad turn rate.
What hero
Almost
do you hate?
impossible.
Okay, if you're a Spirit Breaker, name the hero you hate. I have somebody in mind playing against the most. Like the most frustrating. You want to like just punch somebody in the face.
There's a couple. I think Abaddon is pretty annoying.
Nope. Next.
I mean, I could just be right, you know.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Uh,
You get one more guess. I can give you a clue.
okay.
Um,
Rubik?
that was no. All right, I'll give you one guess with my hint. Okay.
Okay.
We had a set for it in Captain's Draft.
Lich?
You can do it. What the fuck? No.
Sand
Clockwork.
Clockwork?
Yes.
Oh, Clockwork is pretty annoying. I could agree with that. It kind of goes both ways, you know. You can charge through cogs, and you can
Stop.
ulti in cogs.
Just agree with me. Just say I'm right.
Yeah,
there's
you're
no need to
right,
have a
Kappa.
conversation though. Thank you. I'll take that regardless of the Kappa. Smoke up here by PPD and company as they're gonna converge onto Silencer. He does have global silence in 10 seconds, but can he live through the day? A nice initiation here. Peter Pan Dam. My God. That is a long duration death ward. They're going to find 2 kills pretty much right off the bat as Loki is going to have to fall back. Jo, you okay, buddy? All right. Pretty low. Diabolic Edict was owning him. And the
What
tier 1
the
tower
fuck
looks
is
to be
that
dead.
face of Undying? It looks like Nyx.
That's that's true. That's the new set, bro. Oh, nice snowball is going to avoid the cask. Looks like they find a kill on Silencer in the back end, though, and Loki looks to be next on the list. WanteD, just spiraling out of control here.
That was all over the place. I think the key point there is that Global Silence is on cooldown. If you're Team Freedom, you wait with taking that fight another 10 seconds, and then you might actually just flat out win it with that cooldown. Instead, they go in lacking probably the most impactful teamfight spell that their lineup has, and they got punished pretty hard for it.
Eagle, Invis rune is up. Jesse next to him, Invis as well. Looks like he might want to initiate onto Boris. Another missplit Earth. Oh, yeah. This is a rough game for the Leshrac. Might still find the kill. Nope. TP out is just in time for Spirit
Yeah,
Breakers.
I think Clinks will.
Yeah, Chessie, like you got no mana, you're not hitting your split Earths anyway, so should be able to take this kill. Walrus Punch is going to keep Chessie in place, but of course, Vision,
What the fuck, map
thanks
hack?
to Spirit Breaker. Yes, aka map hack, for sure.
At least it doesn't draw the entire Vision blue anymore. Oh,
Oh yeah, Undying with that vagina face is going to put down the tombstone. Here we have the fight. IX Mike taking the right click from Chessie as a snowball comes into place with BSJ attempting to TP out. Might be fine thanks to the global silence. Loki Not going to be lucky. 24 seconds left on that cooldown, so down he goes.
That's another global used, and they don't win the fight. This is looking really, really good for WanteD at this point. Once again, they're playing the lineup that wants to group up early and push towers, and if they're winning the fights this convincingly against a lineup that has actually really, really good spells against this 5-man stuff. They have Sticky Napalm and Firefly, Global, Overwhelming Odds, and of course the Snowball. He actually hasn't skilled Sigil. This is like a death sin in this game, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you're right. The value level.
I would consider that an absolute key ability to have. It renders Spirit Breaker almost useless apart from his charge and his ult. He can't really hit when there's a Sigil.
Snowball doesn't. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, it just doesn't scale that well. You get 1 second less on cooldown for each level, and then the damage goes up, right?
Yeah, and the stun goes up a little
the stun
bit.
as well.
I would say in most cases you go 4-1-1 or 1-1-4. I think this game is probably a 4-1-1 game just because they want all that AoE damage from the shards, so that's fine. But generally, support Tusk level 3, you have 1 in each spell. The Sigil's just way too good for what it costs, such a long duration. And if you see how these fights are breaking down, like that Sigil could have made a really big difference, I think, in most cases. So. I'm not that big of a fan of this build, personally.
Alright, DK with a Shadow Blade. I love seeing this item.
Oh, he has that and Armlet? And he's rolling in dough.
Now the question is Silver Edge worth anything this game? For the break, not necessarily for the minus damage, because that's always going to be good pretty much every game, but is there anything that it really takes off that matters?
Breaking Moment of Courage can be pretty good.
I mean, that's super timing based. That's not going to be consistent, right?
No, it's not that good. But still, I think Silver Edge is often just a good item to buy. It's pretty good value.
Well, I think you upgrade it regardless at some point, but the question is, how fast do you do that? Do you think there's value in going something else?
Lowers the cooldown by 4. It gives you 15 ult stats, and it gives you the minus damage effect and everything. And the cost is, I think, it's pretty valuable. And it's probably gonna come after his BKB, I would imagine, or maybe he just keeps Shadowblade and goes BKB and then into AC. But I wouldn't mind. I think Silver Edge is a great item when you already have.
I agree. Tomato Nether Striked up into a Dragon Tail. He doesn't even have mana for his ult, even if he wanted to use it.
Nice
Down
KS charge there from Boris.
That's how you do it in pubs. He's learned from the best.
You just pretend it wasn't a KS by charging another guy.
That's true.
Clever.
And Tusk, all right, got a little DC here. So 6,500 gold lead for WanteD right now. Obviously, where they want to be, and they can continue to push with this DK form. What can, like, how's Team Freedom's anti-push here? You got LC's overwhelming odds. You have good team fight with Global Silence, and good pickoff with Batrider, who does not have a blink yet, by the way. That's something to keep note of. This is something that you see players go back and forth on whether to get drums. Typically, you get drums, I think, if you're just farming really well, right? But this game, maybe it would have been better to get a blink. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts?
On the Legion, you said?
That's incorrect. Thanks for listening.
Damn, that was close. No, I was stuck in my own thoughts. I was thinking of something else, and I'm gonna bring this up to you because you're like the best person for me to talk to about this.
Yes, please. Please.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Overwhelming is an adjective.
Okay. Yeah.
And overwhelming is a verb, right?
Oh yeah, you can use it in different ways. Yeah.
So why do we call it overwhelming odds? Isn't the name of the ability actually overwhelming odds? Like you are overwhelming the odds. Isn't that what you do? It's not overwhelming odds. It's not like the odds are overwhelmingly favoring you. You're overwhelming the odds because it's better the more you're against. It's the worse odds you have, the stronger it is.
No, I see what you're saying. I think it actually could be used both ways still.
But seriously though, the Blink Dagger and Legion's a great choice.
All right, Batrider, Blink Dagger. Should he have gotten it before drums in this game?
No, I don't think so. I think getting stats, if you look at this type of game, it's like a brawl, you know, a lot of 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
These drums should have been very valuable. I just think Freedom didn't really find the angles and the right engages where they combined their heroes very well. They got split up a bit too much, so Clinks got to hit targets, and the Undying was a massive problem with the Tombstone in a lot of the fights, so... yeah, that's my 2 cents. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, when he pops his ult, they don't even recognize what hero it is. It confuses them, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's actually pretty strange when you're kind of imbalanced when you think about it.
Jesse right now has a Desolator along with the Aegis that he just picked up. And he's just looking for some pickoffs. This is a hero we've been seeing a little bit more than I thought we would in elimination mode. Perhaps making a semi-comeback of sorts. Just, it's super dependent on, I feel like, snowballing. Do you feel the same way that it's just, you get like your core items to begin with, and then you just have to find kills, or else he's just completely worthless. It's not like a hero you can just sit and be okay just farming.
On which hero?
Fuck you, you piece of shit! Alright, we're done with this garbage. I am done asking you questions. I swear to God. This is, I mean, at least it's consistent from years ago when we did this. So. He's an absolute garbage. IX Mike in the meantime. Anytime I ask you a question.
I think it's important that you fight with that hero.
Yes, that could be true for literally any hero. The Kyo is going to pop his ult, going for IX Mike, a nice break
Which
of
hero
the
were you
stun.
Links.
Yeah, that's definitely not a farming hero. You want to fight early with your
Tomato
levels.
initiated on again. No global silence for you. It's a 1-for-1. He buys back. And the Death Ward again. PPD is doing work with these casks, Maledicts. I'm just going to list all his spells. Voodoo, Restoration, and Death Ward. What,
Yeah, this
what a
Maledict
combo.
level 1 has done a lot of work this game.
No, that's true. I mean, he's at least been applying it. I see a lot of purple heroes in these fights, you know? But Tomato, he buys back. And with that, WanteD is going to be very happy with that exchange because he didn't even use his ult.
Yeah, this is certainly not looking good for
Oh, boy.
Team Freedom at this point.
Oh, boy.
Jesse?
Oh, he wants it so bad. He's like, ugh, please. Oh, there's a Tusk. God damn it.
Well, Silencer is still fairly tanky. He has a decent amount of armor and, of course, a lot of levels from the Midas. But considering Tomato's start in this game in the lane, he has had a rough game. He's 1-5. He just bought back. You see he's forced into a very awkward item build now as well. He's going to buy Ghost Scepter into Lincoln's.
Oh, yeah, that is
I don't know. Oh, that's pretty lucky. That curse actually hit Chessie, and Chessie... What was that? Oh, they did have a sentry. Okay, I thought he just cursed the creeps and hit him by chance. But did scare him off, nevertheless.
Oh, double damage.
I think WanteD, what they need to do now is exactly this. Just group up, push the top tier 1 tower. Probably don't even need Dragon Form for this one because they have the Aegis. And they can Dragon Form the second tower if they want, or maybe even just run at it and hit it.
Oh, I love this.
Oh,
Alright,
D for Chessie.
Kyo did have Silver Edge. He still does on, he has it queued up, but it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go for some more mobility. How about a Blink Dagger on top of my Shadow Blade? That sounds good. Chessie in the meantime, looking for an LC kill. Not gonna find it thanks to the Ice Shards as Boris was looking to assist. But DK form, this should be a very dead tier 2 tower. Tomato might be getting stuck out again, and he does not have buyback, and they know this. 60 seconds on the deck. Don't see any reason for WanteD to back up now.
This
DD
is...
Oh,
okay,
boy.
BSJ joins his friend.
Alright, the chain feed has begun, ladies and gentlemen.
You're not going down in a bad position alone, buddy. I'll make you look half decent.
But there's
That's
the
not how
frozen
it
sigil.
works.
That's the important thing, and it's
Alright,
killed.
there we go. 100 gold for Dire.
It's killed immediately.
Bit late.
Alright, that is a dead Rax.
It feels like Loki just had an oh shit moment. And he just, oh, I should probably skill Sigil. Now he's starting to max it over Snowball.
Yeah, that's
That's a
second
bit too
level,
late.
man. Super
This
important.
game is more or less over at this point. Team Freedom have one last chance in 15 seconds to take a fight that they need to make count. They're fighting
I
into
don't
Aegis.
think WanteD wants to fight this. I think they take the tower and back. They're happy with these.
We'll see. I feel like they're strong enough to just brute force this Rax as well. We'll see though.
But why would you take the chance? Undying is going to be perhaps the sacrificial lamb. They're not
You're
able
right.
to get the Rax in
They
time.
didn't actually get it. It was close though.
Oh, BSJ,
Oh, good
he
duel.
wants the duel onto DK. Global Silence is going to keep him in place. Nobody can use any spells.
Oh, he
That's what
barely
that
won
skill
that.
does. How many duel wins is that? I wish it would actually say. Just says the damage.
Yeah, math is really hard, I know.
Let's
That's
see.
5 wins.
What
That's
is
3 times 10
14?
plus 2 times 14. That's 30 plus 28. That's 58.
Man, you are a god, Cinder.
It's called education. You should try it sometime.
Edumacation?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, it's a I'm pretty sure that's getting cut.
I
in the
mean,
new
it can get
administration.
complex later on because there's actually there's multiple options for how many duels you could have won when you have had both level 1, 2, and 3 duel. So you're kind of right, but at the same time, I don't like agreeing with you, so you're just wrong.
I understand. The sentiment is shared as the
Oh,
Maledict.
that's a
It's
good
level
stuff.
3 now, mind you. Very important skill to keep in mind.
Jesse with the pike. He could probably kill Tomato. Oh, Tomato has Ghost Scepter now.
Oh,
Finally. He's gonna
boy,
see that now and
Tomato.
not go for this attempt, I think.
Does Chessie pick up
Oh,
a
maybe with a
defusal
charge.
to counter this?
Ghost Scepter. Use your Ghost Scepter.
What?
Alright.
What? I don't understand what we just watched. That was conceding without actually conceding.
It's possible the hotkey for that fell off his keyboard, and then he's just trying to find the Ghost Scepter key fast.
But then,
so he's like,
okay, so how
takes
do
his
you
hands
explain
off
him?
the keyboard, tries to grab that button, and
Oh,
put it back on.
Uh-oh. Dragon Knight brought in by the lasso. He's going to get stunned
Some
up.
good
He's taking a
damage.
lot of damage, actually. Armlet Cosmic to the best of his ability. He won't live through the day, but they will find 2 kills, and all they really need is Chessie to take out these barracks.
Yep,
And
that's
away
2
they go.
lanes.
Oh, BSJ Nether struck up and dropped to the deck yet again. Buyback on Dragon Knight. They just want to finish this. Like, fuck this shit.
Interestingly for me, it seems like WanteD are more comfortable on their heroes in this game than the first one. And the reason that's strange is that, you know, it's elimination mode, so you should get less and less comfortable per game.
Right.
But this draft just seems so... Yeah, they're grouping up as a team, they know exactly what they need to do, their lineup is coming together nicely. They have some of their trademark heroes, like the Undying for Jo, the Witch Doctor for PPD, obviously also very good. Chessie plays a great Clinks. So they got a nice draft this game, they executed very well, and Team Freedom, they need to step it up a bit. I feel like this game they definitely had a good fighting chance, but their execution just wasn't really there in the team fights. They just got outplayed.
Yeah, this looks to be the final engagement, perhaps, as Silencer is still dead for another 40 seconds. Tusk dies, buys back, IX Mike. One more right click. Oh, it's not enough, actually. About 60 HP to boot. Jesse and company gonna group up on LC. Don't think you want to get a duel out of this. And again, kill after kill, dropping like flies is Team Freedom. They will find the Spirit Breaker, perhaps, though. Clinks in the meantime, lassoed up. But no damage to speak of. So we're just
They got the
watching.
tombstone.
We're just watching people fight. Dead. Dead. By the way, how much more enjoyable is Tusk for you with this 35% XP gain at level 10?
Oh, that's such a big difference. It's amazing how much that matters to the hero. In a way, I feel like the reason that amount is balanced is because Tusk, relative to a lot of other heroes, actually doesn't benefit as much from the levels. Like, when you think of how the hero works in the game, then obviously maxing out your skills is nice, but we talked about earlier, Snowball doesn't actually scale that well. Your ulti isn't really that much better on higher levels unless you're a core, so the levels aren't that great, but you get a lot of stats. Everything just happens a bit faster for you in the game, right? Like, all of those small things add up and makes for a nicer gameplay experience on that hero. So I think it makes a huge difference. And
unfortunately, it wasn't
Cool hero.
able to get level 10 until about 5 minutes to go. Well, what did he get? Like 22-minute level 10, and then the game's
that's
already
pretty
over at
late.
that point. Yeah. Anyway, that is game 2. Game 3 will be coming up very shortly after this quick little intermission. We shall return with the amazing panel. Hopefully, we are not missing / sleeping, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out for sure. So be right back, guys.
Going in, guys! Go! Go! Go!
Nice try. Radiant victory.
Each year, over 9,000 monitors are victimized at the hands of angry Dota 2 players worldwide. Studies have shown a 322% reduction in monitor aggression when players are exposed to getting good. This message brought to you by Pugna.
Place your bets on more than 15 esports games using the worldwide payments and even Bitcoin. We offer 24/7 support and bonuses for every new user. Best esports bets on gg.bet.
With whom? Oh, we're back. Here we are.
Hey!
Game 3 of our opening series is going to go the stretch. WanteD versus Freedom.
Go.
What
I
are
made
you
it.
doing?
Doing an impression.
Oh, that's good. Very good. So, Trent, what did you think about that last series?
That last game, which I watched the whole thing
This
of.
last
yes.
game, yes.
When I look back at the draft and I just watched that last pick, because they banned out the Veno because we've seen Undying Veno, and even with like core Veno, that would have been pretty sick, and it would have been the exact same idea. But the Dragonite was actually just so much better, and it allows them to do exactly what you want to do against Legion Commander and Batrider, where they're just going for these pick-off plays and duels and everything. You just five-man Dota, run at them. And I thought Cinderin summed up nicely with just they outplayed them, right? Like that whole game came down to like 5 fights with 5v5 in the mid lane, and WanteD just kind of crushed them.
Undoubtedly. Yeah, Spirit Breaker Undying. Who would have
Yes.
thought they might run at him?
Who would have
Yes.
thought, indeed? I thought the silencer pick was going to work out. I put a lot of thought into it. It wasn't as good as we thought. Turns out Global Silence, not very effective in that game. Spirit Breaker.
Well, he barely got to cast it, to be fair.
To be
He was
fair.
usually stunned up.
I mean,
beyond
against the
recognition.
Clinks, though, that Silencer build was... What did he have? He went Midas, and then towards the end he had a Perseverance, and there was another item mixed in there.
He had a Ghost Scepter.
A Ghost Scepter.
that he didn't
yeah.
use.
That he didn't
Yeah, he was
use,
more
more
asleep than I
But
was.
he could have.
He could. Now they lost in the first. I think whoever lost in the first 10 minutes of that game just lost the game because both teams had run at you lineups, and one team did better than the other, and that's Dota.
That is Dota.
Baby.
So we'll have the Game 3 decider coming up in a moment here. Of course, this is elimination, guys. One of these teams going home after this. Grant could be the god. 3.76 on Team Freedom.
It could.
There is hope.
But we are in Game 3. There are so few heroes left. It is just mind-boggling what kind of sympathy the teams will use to see each hero individually.
So
I was
today,
using buzzwords.
Sympathy.
That was nice.
today we didn't have a very congealed theme for what to ban.
Congealed?
Congealed?
What, am I the
like-
only person on this panel that knows English words?
Buzzwords?
I like Jello.
Why, this is as congealed as a fine jello.
This team is really gelling.
What the fuck?
So the point I want to make, though, is we are like almost out of agility heroes. Ricky, Bloodseeker, Faceless Void, Broodmother, Bounty Hunter, and Arc Warden are all we have for Agi heroes. Of course, this is the draft from last game. It's going to reset momentarily, but we have very little left in the way of hard carry.
Well, you could just write
Wraith
Arc Warden
King.
off. Wraith King! We're still working on that Wraith King announcer pack.
Pretty much it, yeah. Wraith King Void.
I've already forgotten what it was, actually.
It was just you doing Wraith King's voice. It's just an alt voice back. Ah, I'm alive!
But
I'm Wraith King. Congratulations to me.
I'm coming back to life.
Vampiric
I'll
aura!
be back. I will name my skills now. I have one active ability.
Oh my god, every time you get a crit, crit!
Correct! Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, yes.
This is where genius ideas are born.
Yeah, Moonduck Studios.
You know, there are a lot of heroes left in the pool, though, that are kind of uncountered right now. Storm is a big one. Not a lot of good crowd control heroes left. Tinker, you know, there's no Spectres, no anti-mages.
They got a lot of stunners left, though. There's a lot of supports still in the pool. is there not?
A
There are a
lot.
ton of supports.
Yes, there's a lot of supports, but not a huge amount of just raw stuns. I would say at this point we're a little bit light on crowd controls. I mean, there's still some big ones, of course.
I think
Faceless
you're wrong.
Void.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, they have Lion, Shaman.
Yeah,
They
okay,
have
no,
pretty
you're right.
much every good stunner left.
Crystal Maiden, Ogre, Rubik. Yeah, okay.
We
I'm
try
wrong.
not to call you out.
I
too often.
stand defeated.
Sometimes it must be said.
Redacted.
Redacted. Another good kill line for the pack. Thank you.
Redacted.
So, Slacks,
Yeah.
you're here. You're looking at the game, right? You see it's Captain PPD versus Captain Eagle. What's the first 5 words that come to your mind?
Why do I watch this? Just kidding. 5 words that come to my mind. I don't know.
Okay, you're out. Zori?
Predictable
You're out.
U.S. dominance in Dota.
America's finest squaring off now. That's
was
my
3
5
words.
words.
Whoa!
I think I said 5. I don't remember.
That was
He
good.
said 5.
Trent, what about you?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say NA offlaner, NA support. Battle.
Whoa!
Well, I don't believe NA is a word. That's an anagram, or what is it?
Sorry,
An
I'll just-
anagram.
An abbreviation.
An abbreviation.
Pretend it's the lyrics to the Batman song, so it's like nah. Go with that.
Anagrams are like Camry. It's an anagram for my car.
Oh, like
How Tom Riddle's an anagram for Lord Voldemort.
so banana.
Yes.
Banana is an anagram for Nabana.
No.
Are we really
Technically.
this desperate? Is it? Has it gotten this far?
damn it.
that we-
It seems that way.
Start the
Wait, there's
draft.
no V in Tom Riddle.
Tell
No,
me.
no,
No,
it's
that's
his
his
middle
middle
name is
initial.
V.
That's his middle initial.
Yeah, his
All right,
initial-
well,
his-
fine.
What is his middle
I'll
name?
allow it.
It's Mol.
I wasn't a Harry Potter kid.
Fuck, Marvelo. Marvelo.
What the fuck
Yeah,
are you guys
Marvelo.
talking about?
Harry
Marvel.
Potter lore, dum-dum.
I've never read or watched those movies.
Don't you
You
know anything
idiot.
about Professor Snape?
I believe in Jesus.
Oh.
Witchcraft is for the devil.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You know, I actually knew somebody who believed that. Their whole family was against Harry
In
Potter
Jesus?
because it had...
I've met
no,
a few.
against the,
Wow!
the wizardry of Hogwarts Incorporated.
You know, I bet a few of our viewers believe that. So maybe lay off on the hate. Right?
Some of our viewers might hate Harry Potter.
I know I do.
Heresy.
I always wanted to make a movie, you know, like in Narnia, where the children go in and it's this mystical land.
Yep.
I want to make one where, like, this father divorcee who was, like, going to blow his brains out opens his closet, and then he goes to that mythical land, and they're like, everything's designed for children. You know, they're like, how? We must defeat the queen! And then he just runs over and, like, beats her to death.
So you...
That sounds great.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I want to see a
Coming
movie with, like, an
2018.
alcoholic loser in a child's adventure story.
So you want to see Narnia, but replace the main characters as adults.
As like a
In the
very,
same
a
scenario.
very sad adult that
So when the queen comes, is like, oh, you want some Turkish delights? He's just like, bitch, you can get fucked.
he just takes out a
So
bottle and
Slax's
stabs
dream
her.
world is an alcoholic.
Hey, we
Hey, a
have
draft!
All right.
runs over
Game
a bunch
3,
of
let's
12-year-olds.
bumper it in.